absolutely love October. When it comes to fall fishing, nothing beats that October bite. Pitching jigs in shallow water, particularly fireball jigs. I live and die by using fireball jigs. There's a nice one. First fish of the day. And again, we're pitching shallow. You know, I always say if they're up there in shallow water, they're feeding, and nothing beats a fireball jig and a shiner, or a fireball jig and a small red tail, or even a rainbow minnow. Nice healthy fish. These girls are coming in to feed. You know, this is a prime example of a great fall location. You know, if you look on my structure scan, you can see tons of big boulders and rocks, and then there's a really sharp edge. The wind is blowing in on that main lake point, and right as it falls off, I'm kind of fishing that trough and then pitching up into the shallower water. As you can see, just off to my north here, it drops off really sharp, but you can see the big boulders, see them on structure scan, and then boom, it just falls off. And you want to kind of fish that edge. As that wind pushes bait, they're going to use those big boulders and those edges as their ambush point. You know, there's two types of jigging that I do in the fall, and that's one is pitching. I love pitching it. You're getting it out away from the boat is a lot of times the key element to catching fish, because you are fishing so shallow. If you're directly below the boat, a lot of times you're spooking the fish. So I'll pitch it out there and either kind of drift jig like we are on this edge. Otherwise, if the wind dies down, I'll just run my trolling motor right down the edge and kind of pick my point. So I'll mark those big boulders on my GPS so I know exactly where those spots are, and then I'll come back and just pick apart that, rather than working a big entire break line or a whole structure. You know, the structure we're on currently, you know, it's almost a mile long. Well, by pinpointing those key spots where the wind's blowing and those sharper edges and those big boulders, you're going to get to the fish a lot quicker. Oh man, I love it when they're in 4 to 5 feet of water. You know, if they're up here, they're feeding, and in the fall, they're definitely feeding. This one's just bulldogging me. Nowhere to go but sideways. Oh yeah, real nice looking fish. Beauty. Thanks for the net job, Kyle. I love fishing fireball jigs in the fall. Once again, I wish October was about 3 months long, because it's just a magical time of year. You know, if you're heading out on the lake, try shallow first. I always start shallow first, because if they're up there, they're feeding, and you're catching walleyes like these. Hey, if you like these videos, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel.